My fiancé dumped me 2 weeks before our wedding because I wasn't successful enough. 5 years later, he walked into my office asking me for a job. The breakup happened exactly 14 days before our wedding. Everything had already been paid for. The venue, the flowers, the honeymoon. I was finalizing seating arrangements when my fiancé, Daniel, asked if we could talk. The moment I saw his face, I knew. He didn't cry. He didn't apologize. He simply said, "I don't think we're right for each other anymore." I stared at him. "Where is this coming from?" He hesitated, then finally admitted, "I've changed. I want someone who's more ambitious." I almost laughed. I worked 2 jobs while finishing graduate school. I had helped him pay off his student loans. I even postponed my own dream of starting a business because he wanted us to buy a house first. "Ambitious," I whispered. He looked away. "My promotion changed things. I need someone who fits the life I'm building." 2 days later, I found out there was someone else, not officially, but everyone in his office already knew. Her name was Chloe. She had joined his company 6 months earlier. He never admitted he cheated. He simply insisted they connected after we broke up. The timing spoke for itself. I spent the next 6 months surviving. I canceled the wedding, sold the dress, moved into a tiny apartment. Every night I questioned what was wrong with me. Then one afternoon, my former boss called. "I heard you're free. I've got an idea." He wanted to start a consulting firm. He asked me to become his partner. I almost said no. I was exhausted. Instead, I said yes. The first year was brutal, 80-hour work weeks. Constant rejection, clients canceling, loans, stress, but slowly, things changed. One client recommended another, then another. Within 5 years, we had offices in 3 cities, over 100 employees. I became CEO after my partner retired. I never looked Daniel up. I genuinely moved on. One Monday morning, my assistant knocked on my office door. "Your 10 o'clock interview is here." I glanced at the resume, then froze. Daniel. I honestly thought it had to be another person with the same name. It wasn't. When he walked into my office, he stopped so suddenly he almost dropped his folder. "You." Neither of us spoke for several seconds. Finally, I smiled politely. "Please, have a seat." He looked embarrassed. "I didn't know this was your company. I can leave. You've already taken the morning off. Let's finish the interview." He answered every question professionally, never once mentioning our past. At the end, he quietly admitted why he was looking for work. His previous company had collapsed. The merger he'd bet his career on had failed. He'd spent almost a year unemployed. Then he looked at me. "I know I'm probably the last person you'd ever hire." I leaned back in my chair. 5 years earlier, I'd imagined this exact moment. I thought I'd enjoy humiliating him. Instead, I felt nothing. No anger, no satisfaction. Just distance. I slid his resume back across the desk. "You were qualified, but not for this position." His face fell. Then I continued. "I do have another role. It pays less. It reports to someone half your age. It requires rebuilding trust from the ground up. I won't give you special treatment, and I won't punish you for the past. You'll earn every promotion." He looked genuinely shocked. "You're offering me the job? I'm offering you an opportunity. The rest is up to you," he accepted. For the next 2 years, he worked harder than anyone expected. Never once asked for favors, never once mentioned our relationship. One afternoon, he stopped by my office. "I've wanted to say something. I'm sorry, not because my career failed, because I confused success with status. I threw away the person who believed in me before anyone else did." I nodded. "I know." Then he smiled sadly. "I also know I don't deserve another chance. You don't, but everyone deserves the chance to become a better person." He left my office, and that was the last time we ever spoke about our past. A year later, I attended his wedding, not as an ex, as his former CEO. He'd met someone new, someone who loved the man he'd become, not the title he held. As I watched them exchange vows, I realized something. The greatest revenge wasn't becoming more successful than Daniel. It was no longer needing him to regret losing me, because by then, his opinion of me no longer determined my worth. Sometimes life doesn't give you the chance to prove someone wrong. Sometimes, it gives you the chance to prove yourself right. If you were in my position, would you have hired your ex-fiancé or shown him the same door he once showed you?